Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Slumber Party. Welcome. We are in our comfy clothes right now.
Yeah.
We are ready to kick this off. We have a bunch of great segments. How are you feeling, Kat?
It's been a wild 48 hours. You know what I mean? But here we are. I survived them.
What do you want to explain? Because I feel like it branches off from last episode, and people probably want to follow up.
I mean, we had a tooth problem. I don't want to go into the details, but we had a tooth problem. Right after that, I broke a glass, and I was like, "Oh, oompa!" But it wasn't like a celebration. Like I didn't it didn't feel good. It wasn't nice. And then
It was almost like a bad omen.
You know what I mean? And then I was cooking, which I do sometimes, all the time actually,
all the time.
And I was making rice, and all of a sudden, the rice wanted to just be everywhere, okay? And the rice did, in fact, go everywhere, all over. And I just sat on my kitchen floor. I cried for 20 minutes before cleaning it up because I just did not have the fucking patience. And then I finally cleaned it up, and then I bought myself some ice cream.
As you should.
Right. It's also freezing, so I was just, like, extra cold. Like, I had to put on, like, 2 sweaters as I ate the ice cream. And I was like, I don't need to do this right now, but I'm going to. So, that's how it's been.
Sometimes ice cream will just fix everything.
And does.
And it does.
Yeah.
You know what I like? I love those Halo ice creams that are like 330 calories for the entire quart. They're delectable. They're so good.
I need to try.
Oh, it's so good. I order them on GoPuff. Oh my God. GoPuff is like big up where I'm at right now in Uptown. Oh my God, I love them. Oh, it's so good.
Okay, because
so
I
good.
love ice cream. I mean, I'm very boring with my ice cream, but I like ice cream.
Why?
Oh, I'm so boring. I'm such a plain Jane.
What do you get?
Vanilla.
Girl. No, I'm chocolate on chocolate all day.
I like a good strawberry. I like a good lemon. Sometimes I'll take a mango. But
Yo, you know what, Kat? You That is some old lady taste buds.
I am an old lady.
I'm like, I want the caramel, the chocolate, the cookie dough. I am like a full sweet tooth.
Oh, cookie dough gets me every time.
There was sometimes when I'm depressed, I'll just go out and get cookie dough and not to bake it. And everyone's like, you shouldn't eat raw ingredients. I'm like, you can go F yourself.
You want to know my favorite snack, a guilty pleasure? Sometimes when I'm baking the cake.
Oh, just eat the batter.
I just eat the fucking. I'm not even gonna bake the fucking cake.
Right.
I'm just gonna eat the whole thing.
Oh, 100%.
I am gonna shit myself after, but it's totally.
I don't even care.
It's so delicious.
Think of it like a laxative. Oh my God, I dropped 5 pounds. Amazing.
It's literally so like I don't care.
Yeah.
It tastes so fucking good.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. We need to make like a cake batter, like birthday cake legitimately.
Yeah.
My birthday cake that Dano got me this year, which we were all having such a good time at my birthday party. We forgot to bring out the cake.
We didn't, yeah.
But then he brings it out and I was like, you have to let it sit out for a little bit. He cut it when it was a little too cold. That's fine. I let it sit out, covered, obviously.
Yeah.
This cake is so good at room temperature. It's like the Matilda fudge cake.
Oh.
Like from the movie Matilda. I told him, I said, I want to go back and buy this cake again.
Yeah.
And just for us, because I am just a big chocoholic. I love chocolate so much. Love it. All right, let's jump into light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Let's do it.
You start.
No, I was talking this whole time. You start.
No, I thought okay, you know what? Fine. I'll start.
Okay.
I'll start. My light as a feather is that I have made a pact with myself to create more than I consume. This is my light as a feather. I have felt my energy is very heavy lately. I felt a little, and even like I'm a little sick right now, which is why I probably sound the way that I do.
I like little sick voice.
A little sick voice. You know what I kind of like? Side note. When you're like out all night and your voice gets to that like that raspy sound. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I sound so cool.
I sound like Yetta from The Nanny when my voice gets raspy.
But yeah, I made a pact to myself to create more than I consume because I find that when I do get into a space of maybe overwhelming thought where it's hard for me to even start to pick where to, like what task to tackle first, it's because I'm consuming more than I am creating. And it halts my thought process because there's too many thoughts happening at once.
Right.
And so I've just been focusing on doing my affirmations, focusing on completing tasks, just pick one and complete it. And also just like let the stuff that doesn't matter roll off your back.
Yeah.
And last few days I've been feeling much more clarity, lighter, even with kind of a lot of drama going on with my life. Nope. not allowing it to penetrate me.
It's very
Sorry.
powerful. It's very
So
powerful.
create more than you consume. You know, it's kind of like you don't get high on your own supply.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're scrolling through TikTok all day, scrolling, and then you're like, well, I want to make a video, or I want to post this, or I want to post something on Facebook or here. But you're so consumed with all of these thoughts, it's because you're getting high on your own supply. You got to create. So that's my light as a feather.
It's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Go forth in your week with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go.
My light as a feather, I got to tell you, I don't know. I don't know. I feel so fucking overwhelmed. Oh, the ice cream was my light as a feather.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Give ice cream a shout out.
Carvel.
Yeah.
Thanks for that soft serve.
Oh, God, Carvel.
Oh, please.
Gosh. You know what I love? Anybody from Long Island knows Ralph's. There's like multiple Ralphs in each and every neighborhood, and they shut down from October to March. Because there's no reason for ices, Italian ices, but oh God, ice cream they have.
I am the reason.
It is so good. Ralph's is so good.
Yeah.
Jelly ring is my favorite. Oh my God. Next time you're
So
on Long Island.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. All right, stiff as a board. Hit us with it because we just had this discussion.
This is a mutual stiff as a board. And honestly, I think this is a stiff as a board for all Americans. I think we can all agree on this as a people.
As a people.
As a nation.
We must fight this together and
We
come
have
together
to
in
fight
unity.
this. Please.
This is an epidemic in our country.
Truly. Paper straws. Disgusting.
Disgusting. Throw them out.
I've had it.
What?
I've had it.
What is the point?
Why? In a plastic cup.
Why are you giving us a paper straw that's a foot long, that's just literally a strip of paper just raveled up into a loop
Please.
in a like Starbucks triple venti
Please.
Trenta cup with the thickest plastic? What? Who cares?
All this because one turtle had a plastic straw up its fucking nose.
My thing is like, if you guys maybe, I don't know, fix the recycling system, because now every time we want to recycle in New York, they're like, oh, well, this isn't recyclable anymore. This isn't recyclable anymore. I'm like,
no,
how about you guys create some jobs
and
allow us to
drives me
recycle?
crazy.
Because now it's like, oh, glass isn't recyclable. Since when? Since when is glass not recyclable?
Yeah. Also, your egg carton, like it's just. I very much have had it. Whoever makes the rules, why don't you go through the trash and you decide? Because you're not making any fucking sense.
No.
I've actually had it at this point.
No, I feel like everything that is made to somehow make the world better is just now inconveniencing us. Paper straws. You know what I think we should make straws out of? Truly, I don't know why. I have great ideas. I wish I could just carry them out.
I'm ready.
Bamboo.
Okay.
Why aren't we making bamboo straws?
How would that?
It's a plant. It's very tough. It's very strong, and you can form it into a straw.
You can. But I'm thinking about
What, like if
the taste.
the taste?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Did somebody else figure it out? I already did it. I got 60% of the way there.
Okay.
Okay. There's other people that are smarter than me that could do. But bamboo is like a tough material.
Yeah.
We need a tougher
Yeah.
material than paper, or something that's more water resistant than paper.
Yeah.
You chose like the worst material.
First of all, the straw melts in the drink, okay? And then your mouth, it's like you're 2 years old again eating fucking paper. I can't.
It's gross.
I'm sorry to anyone who didn't eat paper at 2, but I definitely did. I was eating paper. I was eating paper for sure. Now my dog eats paper.
Oh,
That's
you know what
fun.
I used to love? 7-Eleven has these candy straws.
Okay.
When you get Slurpees. I don't know if they still have them. I used to love them. They're basically like, you know, like the
like a pixie stick?
no, you know, like the sour strips from the bodega,
I do.
like the cheap ones, the dollar ones.
Yeah.
They used to basically have a straw made out of that. It was like a
Okay.
candy rope that like you slurp the Slurpee through the can.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
so good. Let's just make edible straws and make them
Ooh,
durable.
This is good. This is
Because
good.
that would last me. Like those straws would last me. Then when you were done with the Slurpee, you'd eat the straw.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of frozen.
I like this.
Oh, I liked that a lot.
I like this idea.
It was so good.
Oh,
I want a Slurpee.
vote for us for presidents,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, yeah.
I think I did have one more stiff
Okay.
as a board because
Yeah.
I came in here.
Share with the class.
I came in here talking to Kat about this.
Mm-hmm.
My stiff as a board is learning my worth,
Yeah.
our worth, everyone's worth, and knowing what to charge for your services. I am really stuck. I'm realizing just how much trauma I have with money. And I am really hitting a blockage. And I am so worth being paid what I deserve. I am
Absolutely.
so worth being paid what my talent is deserving of. I'm so worth it. And the fact that I feel so shy in some cases to say it because I'm like, what if they're going to take it away from me? I'm already doing that by preemptively assuming that they don't want to pay me what I'm worth. And so I am learning that I have to be able to start high when I charge. Start high.
I'm going to tell all of you influencers or upcoming influencers exactly what I told Diana. So I used to model, and I did for about 10 years. Essentially, modeling is advertisement. And these companies are paying big bucks. I not only got paid a lot for them to just take a picture of me or for me to, run around in sneakers or jeans or something, but also what they have to pay for the shoot. So they had to pay me. They had to pay for the location. They had to pay for makeup artists, hairstylist, photographer. Then they have to actually pay like programs to put the commercial on, or they have to pay for billboards or et cetera, et cetera. So they would end up paying millions of dollars for one commercial, right? That maybe not even the amount of people would see that the amount of people who are on TikTok would fucking see. So now they've got you, an influencer, who maybe you have 100,000 followers, or maybe you have 1 million followers, right? But once you hit that FYP page, who knows? That shit could be 60 million who people who see it, or 100 million people who see it, right? And they're paying you $5, $10, $20,000. And you're like, wow, I got paid a shit ton, but they saved millions of dollars by paying you that 10, 20K, which is why, when the whole like TikTok shutdown thing was happening and people were like, oh, TikTok are like, these aren't real jobs. Like being an influencer is not a real job. I'm sorry. What do you think advertisement is?
Right.
What do you think modeling is? So are you telling me that everyone who works in media, then that's not a real fucking job? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right. So I say all that to say, when you have such a large audience and you know that you can reach this amount of people, this product, this company, whoever can reach this amount of people, they should be paying you way fucking more because they are saving a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, I guess I'm just putting it into perspective and understanding I need to be attracting what I want more.
Yes. And you will.
So,
You need to feel it.
yeah.
I think it's more of that.
Yeah.
Because I think you do know subconsciously.
Yeah.
You deserve more.
Yeah.
There's a fear of asking for it, right? But a closed mouth does not get fed.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And this is what we were talking about on the previous episode, which was, we had some more balls when we were younger.
Right.
And I think we need to grow those balls back.
Grow those balls back a little bit. Growing our balls back, guys.
A little bit of Rogaine for balls.
A little
and
bit.
We're gonna grow them back.
Oh, you know what? Ovaries.
Girl, oh, yes!
Yes.
Because balls are
They're
so
sensitive.
flimsy.
One kick and they're
you're
down.
so right.
One kick and they're down.
God.
How much do ovaries go through? I mean, oh my God.
I don't know. I only have one.
And she's keeping it together,
You know
honey.
what I mean? She's kicking my ass every 28 days.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, we're going to jump right in and see where it takes us. Welcome to our segment Pillow Talk, which is our main topic of the show. And we'll allow it to kind of ebb and flow where it takes us on our journey.
Wherever it takes us.
Today we want to talk about red flags that we've ignored and what we learned from them. Whether that's in relationships, friendships, colleagues, peers, I feel like a lot of times we, especially as women, convince ourselves they're like, "Oh no, I'm just getting in my head about that," or "Oh no, that's not true. I don't really think that," or we bypass our intuition because we don't want to be difficult. We don't want to make an impulsive decision. We don't want to miss out on anything. Same thing, that scarcity mindset. And there have been moments where I'm like, I should go with my gut on this. And then I'm like, nah, I choose something else. And lo and
Trust
behold,
yourself more.
my gut was correct.
A woman's intuition is something else, man.
Oh, it's spiritual. It is
so divine.
so divine.
We're so, oh God, is a woman.
Yes.
That's what I say.
And you know what's funny too? It's like I think majority of the women in my family, especially on my mom's side, we all have very powerful dreams. So we always talk to each other about our dreams and how we're always interpreting them. Like my mom has predicted so many things from her dreams, which is so crazy. Something recently happened where she was like, I had a dream that this happened. Next day it happened. Very, very wild. But yeah, I think red flags, what are some that you've noticed, like in people, relationships, men, all of the above?
I mean, I think they differ from, romantic relationships to like friendships, but in men, how they talk about their exes is very important. How they talk about women in general is very important. Their female friends, that's always something you want to keep all your eyes out for, because it could be a very positive thing. It could be like, oh, he's got a great, female friends who are supportive of him. He's supportive of them. And so he understands not only friendship, but just, women in general. And then there are men, like I dated a guy, we'll call him Kevin. Oh, we talked about Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Before. Kevin's the one with the hot mom. So Kevin had a best friend. We'll call her Jocelyn. Okay. And Kevin told me that this was his BFF, and I was really young. I was, like 17. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like I have like, male best friends too, whatever. Not male best friends I slept with.
Oh.
Not male best friends who I am going to pretend like they're more important than you, kind of thing. I will never forget, sit down for this one, guys. The first day I went to go meet Jocelyn, she worked in retail. So we were going to her job to pick her up. And we get to her job and he says to me, oh, you need to go in the back seat. And I'm like, pardon? And he's like,
you were in the front seat?
I was in the front seat. And he's like, you need to go in the back seat. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, because she's my best friend. So like, obviously she's got to be.
When we have, don't worry. Then when we're getting intimate in bed, she could fill in too, buddy. Go for it.
I'm sure she did. So I was like,
get in the back seat.
I was like really young. And mind you, we were only like maybe 2, maybe 3 years apart, right? I can't remember. No. Because I was 17, he was 19 at the time. And he was like, oh, well, this is just how it works. Like, this is just how like relationships work.
How it works.
So I'm like, okay, because he was like my first like real boyfriend.
Oh, so no. And then you start listening and you're like, no, of course.
I'm like, obviously, right.
Of course it's how it works, however you want it.
I go in the back seat. And Jocelyn, as she's coming out from work, it's like she just knew the front seat was obviously hers because she ran to the front seat, sat in the front seat. And then when I tell you she pretended like I wasn't there for a good like 3 minutes, which by the way is a kind of a long time.
That's literally a long time.
I won't tell you their code names for each other because then like everyone will know who I'm talking about. But they had like little pet names. So let's pretend hers was like Pookie Bear or something. So she comes in the car and she's like, oh my God, Pookie Bear! Ah! Like going super, super hard for her Pookie Bear. And they're like touching each other and like hugging and kissing. And she hasn't seen him in so long, blah, 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 blah. Finally, he goes, oh, this is my girlfriend, Kat. So she like looks to the back seat where I am and she goes, oh, hi.
Ew. Ew.
And every time I brought up, hey, this relationship makes me uncomfortable, he would tell me that I'm immature. I don't know how friendships work, blah, blah, blah. When a man has a female best friend, I don't find that to be an issue. I do find if the relationship is inappropriate and if she treats you a certain way, that is the issue.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Like I remember one time me and him were hanging out and we were like with his friends and stuff. So of course he would say things like in front of his friends to kind of like try to make me feel or make me seem like stupid or crazy. But she had called him at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, that's real interesting. What's that about? Pick it up. I want to know. Right. And then we spoke about it. And he goes, what's the difference in someone calling 3 a.m. and 3 p.m.?
Oh,
like,
okay. You want to find out? Sure.
He's like, you're so immature. And da-da-da. Like, it would just always be this like,
oh, no.
Like, you're immature because you're 2-3 years younger than me or whatever it is. So, yeah, his friends, red flag. Also, his like male friends were red flags too.
Oh, I always think like, it's so funny you say that because it really does depend. Like the girl red flag of your significant other, it really does depend on how she really treats you and like how in any relationship, you should always put your relationship first. It doesn't matter if you are best friends with this girl or this guy. Your relationship should kind of come first or be at least equal to your friendships because friendships are important. Don't get me wrong. They're extremely important. You should never like put your friendships on the back burner for the relationship that you're in.
I fully agree.
But you always need to prioritize your significant other in a sense. I had a friend, and this is an interesting story. I had a friend. I was the girl best friend. I was the girl best friend to this person. And actually what ended up happening, I can't give too much information because it's very obvious for some people in my life. What ended up happening was I started seeing how he was treating his girlfriend and I cut him out of my life.
Yeah.
And now that said girlfriend, who is obviously now his former girlfriend, is in my wedding. So
He sure is.
So I think like it's not about, I mean, it is, of course, the fact that it's like a girl best friend because then you're going into difficult territory. But it's this type of like your actions really speak a story. And like another big red flag is how men treat women is always a ginormous tell. And how men treat their moms. This is my biggest red flag.
Oh, yeah.
And the way you speak to your mother, the way you treat your mother.
And speak about your
mother. Because that is how he will treat you as the mother of your kids. And sometimes they will talk to you like you're their mother. Because
or expect you to be their mother.
For me, that has always been a very big red flag for me. And because I've seen it with men in my life. And I've said to women in theirs, I'm like, look at the way he treats his mom. I go, you should take that as bond, unfortunately. Yeah. No, that's a no for me. Also, people are going to get mad at this next red flag.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's a personal one and you guys can feel any type of way you want.
Okay.
This is a personal one for me because I have traumatic experiences. I don't know if it's a red flag or just an ick or a turnoff. For me, I cannot get behind a crazy video game player.
Okay.
I am not into that.
Okay.
I know so many women that, including myself, I was in a long-term relationship with a guy. When video games are a major part of their day, I'm not talking they hop on, they hop off.
Yeah.
That for me is a red flag.
I don't think I've ever dated someone who was like a gamer. So that's what, like, I have no like perspective, but I've heard things.
It is.
I think if a guy, like if he was like a professional gamer or like a Twitch person or something, like I probably could, I'd have to compromise a bit and have a little more understanding of his lifestyle. But if you're not getting paid to do it, I don't know. I might not feel that comfortable if you're doing it all the time.
For me, I'm just like, you got to go outside. Like I was like, I we're in music, we're in
Yeah,
studios for multiple hours out of the day.
for sure.
It's fine. I always said, now that I
Excuse
built
me.
my studio in the house and it's like kind of dark in there, I told Dano, I said, next time we build a studio in our next house,
Hmm.
I want it to be in a room that has a lot of natural light. I'll treat it
You want
as it
windows.
needs. I need natural light. But I
Yeah.
dated a guy where we're
I keep
talking
hiccuping.
7,
I'm
8
really
hours
sorry.
in the same chair.
Oh,
7, 8 hours, 9 hours in the same chair. There are people who are in it 12 hours and the room's a mess and it stinks of body odor. For me, I'm like, it is a red flag because it's very difficult for them to balance. That is my red flag. It's difficult for
okay.
them to balance a job, balance a life, balance a relationship,
Yeah.
balance finances. This is a trope that I've seen. I could be wrong. It's not everybody. I have friends that are gamers. They're great people. Okay. I'm saying out of like the 5 relationships I know of in my life, whether they be mine or cousins of mine or friends of mine, I have
Hmm.
5 relationships in my head. Every single one of them, the significant other that had a gaming issue, all had similar tropes where they
Mm.
couldn't hold a job, they
Mm.
couldn't apply for jobs, they couldn't clean themselves,
Oh,
they had issues with hygiene, and they, had issues with finances and kind of turned really toxic. Video games for me it took me 3 years to allow Dano to have video games in our apartment. And that was because I bought him a PS5 for his birthday. Because he was like, I'm not going to buy myself anything out of respect for you.
yeah. I
Why? Because he's
bought
a green flag. That's why.
I bought Caleb an Xbox when we first moved in. But he's probably played it like 3-4 times.
Yeah, Dano doesn't really play that often unless he's on
Yeah.
the headset with like his brother or his friends. But
It's still very, very rare.
mm,
I'm like, well, that was a waste of money.
but this actually merges into what you were saying before, how you said like red flag, a red flag from somebody could be their friends.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Like
Oh, yeah.
if their friends are not somebody that you would want to be around, that's a big red flag. That's why I love Dano's friends and
Mhm.
family so much because I
Yeah.
respect them as men. And it's
Yeah.
very difficult, no offense, for me to respect men. I see every single one of them as a very strong, smart, intelligent, loving family guy.
Yeah.
All of them. They're all incredible men. So I feel like, oh, this is such a testament to who my man is,
Mm-hmm.
and I love their women. I love their wives.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this is that's a really big telltale sign.
Oh no, their friends are very important. Um, Men often also kind of follow their friends. And sometimes I don't really think it's purposeful.
No. Yeah.
I think it's just like your life becomes a summary of the people that
You interact with, yeah.
Yeah. And so looking at who their friends are and what type of lifestyle their friends live and what they're into and stuff is very important. There's also, that quote of like, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
Yep.
I don't fully, we need to change the wording of that quote a little bit. I don't know to what, but it's not completely true, but it also is true. It also is true.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if people know your friend, like I used to know a girl who I think was a yacht girl, right?
Mhm.
And we've talked about this.
Yeah.
And she's also just a person who I think people don't see as genuine and authentic. And so I think when people saw her and they saw me as her friend, I think they thought that me and her were the same kind of person.
Yeah.
But also what she would show me was not the same as what she was showing men or showing her other friends, et cetera, et cetera. So that's that's another thing. Your friends, do you really know them? Do you really know your friends?
Yeah. I feel like it's also a really scary thing to be the significant other on the opposite side, trying to convince the person you love, like, hey, I don't think your friends are the greatest representation of you.
Well,
Because then you turn into the problem. Now all of a sudden the target's on your back and it's like, oh, his girlfriend, oh, look, he's always spending time with this crazy girl. His crazy girl's wild.
I got to tell you, that same friend, there was no one in my life who approved of that friendship.
Yeah.
everyone in my life, from Caleb to my best friend to cousins, everyone was like, I do not know why you hang out with this girl. She does not like you. And I'd be like, you guys don't even know her. You met her like once or twice, or you never met her at all. But let me tell you what people's red flag was about her. We were both creatives, and obviously social media is a place that a lot of creatives share their work. Any little thing she would share, whether I thought it was good or not, she was a friend of mine, so I would share it. And I'd be like, this is my friend's work. Check it out. Buy it, whatever. Because that's what you do. It takes 2 fucking seconds.
Right.
That's what you do as a friend.
Right.
Right? Now, I don't always see everything that everybody posts, because that's just not how the algorithm works anymore. But if I see it, I'm going to repost it. When you post your music and stuff, I repost it. But when I post shit, you repost it. Right? So everyone kept saying to me, you are constantly supporting this girl, and I've never seen her support you once.
Right.
And I'm like, no, but behind the scenes.
Right. Well, it's always behind the scenes,
Behind
right?
the scenes, like, she's always like the first to buy stuff. And like, if I have a show, she's going to be front row and center. And they were like, yeah, for her.
Right.
Not for, what's not clicking, Catherine? So finally, it clicked to me after overhearing her multiple times and putting 2 and 2 together from the rumors that were coming back to me. Because when rumors would come back to me, I'd be like, my friend wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
You know? So that whole supporting on social media thing is actually a much bigger deal than I think people pretend. Like, I was really pretending like it's just social media, and everyone was like, yeah, and how did she get popular? Was it social media?
Right. I mean, it's also like the public claiming. You're like publicly claiming your friendship and claiming what you support and root for. And it's like, if you don't do that, it does kind of like tilt your head. But it can be, I see what you're saying though. It can be so easily dismissed. Like, but it's just social media.
And I dismissed it for years. I'm like, it's not a big deal, guys. Like, it's just Instagram, or it's just this, or da-da-da. And it's like,
but when they fully operate, it'd be different if like she's not on social media.
Right.
It'd be different if like she doesn't post anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fine. Whatever.
But also, I think the other people's so red flags I wasn't picking up on in that friendship was the social media support. It wasn't a big deal to me, but to everyone else in my life who was supportive of me, they did not like that. Yeah. And then even when they would be around her, they'd be like, she's met me 4 times and she's acting like she's never met me before, or she doesn't know who I am, or da-da-da-da. And I'm like, she knows exactly who you are because we spoke about you. You know what I mean? But one of my bridesmaids said to me, she said, if that girl was even invited to your wedding, I would not be there.
Oh.
And then
that's how you know somebody's got a dark energy.
And then I have another friend who we've been getting closer now, and actually she should be having her baby either today or within a few days or within a few, like a week or 2. She said to me, she said, I wanted to be so close to you, and I didn't want to be close to you because you were her friend. She said, I was just waiting for you to stop being her friend so me and you could form a friendship. She said, because I think so highly of you, and I thought so poorly of that choice of a friend.
That's when you know sometimes it's not only you that's blocking your blessings. Sometimes it's just your proximity to a bad energy that is blocking your blessings.
That too, because like I said, people knew that we were friends, so I think people associated me with her no matter what. Yeah.
I think it's also important to say that so much of our life and our future, it does kind of go based on, how do I rephrase this? So much of what we learn as kids, like these little nursery rhymes of like, you are who you hang out with.
Yeah.
These little phrases,
Yeah.
they really do carry on into adulthood because so many people, if they do see you hang out with somebody or they assume that you have those same attributes. And I've told this story a million times. When I had that horrible person that was my close friend, I felt like everything was forced. Yeah, Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Yeah.
That's our nickname for her. I felt like everything in my life was forced. It was difficult. It was tough. When I was struggling, it felt like quicksand. It felt like trying to put like a square into a circle. Everything was hard, 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 hard. It was so hard to get what I thought I wanted and what I needed and what I deserved. But it was coming so easily for this person that I was so upset at. And I was like, well, if I'm more like her, maybe it'll be easier for me. That could not be further from the truth. The second this girl left my life, every single door I had been banging on to open swung open in my favor. So sometimes you don't realize that something needs to leave and vacate your life in order to create space for this other stuff that's supposed to come in.
Yes.
I'll never forget how immediate it was. It was during the pandemic. I mean, the fact that the second she left my life, I started blowing up on social media. And I had been online, like consistently online, posting things, creating things. The second she walks out the door and I don't have her judgment, everything starts working for me. I'm making money for myself. I'm doing all these things. If things feel difficult and tough and forced, if it's feeling forced, you got to let it breathe for a sec. It might not be for you.
Yeah.
That is such a red flag for me even with me and Dano in my relationship when we first got together, everything around our relationship was difficult. Him getting out of a different relationship, him looking for a place to stay, me dealing with my own stuff in relationships. We just found each other, but we never once felt forced in our feelings. We never once were confused on our feelings. Everything was so clear between us two.
Yeah.
Everything around was the problem. But in other relationships, it feels like, well, I have to overanalyze this friendship, overanalyze this relationship. And it felt forced. It felt difficult. It felt like an equation.
Let me say something when it comes to people in your life, whether that's friends, lovers, work, etc. If you are a light, yes, you are going to attract light, but light also attracts flies. And like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're going to get people who just want to be in your light. And sometimes what your light will do is cast a light over their shadow so you can't even see that they're the darkness in the fucking room because your light is so fucking bright.
Yeah.
And then when you finally walk away, everyone else can see where the darkness was coming from.
Right.
Because your light is gone.
Right.
Okay. And I hope that whatever a metaphor was just coming out of my mouth made enough sense. But and speaking of light, a candle does not lose its light by lighting another candle.
Right.
So.
Oh, you can always spread it.
Thank you.
You can always spread it and always share it. There's always enough to go around.
A rose isn't jealous of a lily. They're both flowers. They're both beautiful in their own way. And this goes into relationship because, DV happens in homes where the woman makes more.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, because there's a jealousy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes it's not just your friends sometimes it's your man. Sometimes it's your mom. Sometimes it's, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's your boss.
Oh, mom one.
I know.
These little things of people like trying to steal your light or be jealous of your light, it really does transcend through so many different relationships.
For sure.
I always say like in a relationship, something you should always look out for is like if your partner is not your biggest cheerleader, if your partner does not want you to be the best version of yourself because they're afraid of how that would make them look, they're not somebody worthy of being in a relationship with you. Sure. Because when you're really in a healthy relationship, you're a team.
Yeah.
You do it together. If I win, you win. If you win, I win.
Yeah.
And if your partner is still thinking in an individualistic way, they're not mature enough in order to have a partnership with you.
Yeah.
Because I always say, like, I think right now there's like a big uptick in, obviously, online. There's like the podcast bros and like the women that are always saying like you should always date men for money and this and that. My thing is, I think more powerful than dating men for money is to make money with a man that you love and respect.
Oh.
Because I don't want to date somebody who, and I say this all the time, if you can go into any store and buy me whatever, that doesn't impress me.
Right.
We're in New York. There's a lot of people with a lot of money.
A whole
Money's
lot.
everywhere. It's not impressive.
There's
it's not
kids
impressive.
with more money than you, sir.
Absolutely. Money is not impressive. Gifts are not impressive.
Yeah.
Us working together and building something together is impressive. Us building wealth together and building an influence together and creating a life together and creating opportunity together, that's impressive.
I love working with Caleb.
Yes. Yeah.
I love it so much. And people are always like, oh my God, what's that like? Like working with your man, like, mixing business and da-da-da. And I'm like, we work so well.
You're a unit.
Together. The other thing is that I find, even like, with working with you, is I don't have to sugarcoat things.
Right.
Because we have such like a good relationship, I can be like, yeah, I don't like that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have to talk in circles and be like, so what I'm thinking is maybe this isn't the right. I don't have to be politically correct and super corporate. I can tell you straight up because we're friends.
Right.
And
I'm not feeling this. I think this would be better.
And we'll make it work. And like I have so much more fun working with him than anything else. And I love that for us.
Yeah, it makes me so sad when I hear women talk about their goals in life and how they're like, oh, but I think my husband would be mad, or I think my boyfriend would be upset. And I'm like, but see, that is a reason why you should do it more.
Yeah.
No, you should never allow somebody to talk you out of something that you want because of their own fallibility.
I've seen men do that to women.
Oh, uh-huh.
Make it seem like their goals are less than, trying to downplay their career, saying that's not realistic.
Right.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Not my personal story, but, I've seen it happen. And I've seen girls just not become what they are more than capable of becoming, because some loser fucktard made her feel like she wasn't worthy, or like she's not as smart as a man, or as this as a man.
Right.
No.
It's, and on that note, moms who do that. This dynamic,
the hater moms.
The hater moms is a trope that I can never understand. I'll never understand. And thank God. Thank God. We were both blessed with mothers that
truly. But
biggest cheerleaders.
It's like they don't, like a normal mom, right, would want their kid to be better than them.
Right.
And then there are those moms who it's like, no, you're just my pocketbook. Like, you're just here so I can say, look, guys, I had a kid. They don't want you to be better than them.
Right.
That's nuts.
Or even when I listen to parents say things like, well, if I had to struggle, you have to struggle too. Because that's...
the struggle Olympics.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. So you think that that somehow your child is going to be better than you by being you? That doesn't make any sense. I watched also, I don't know if anybody watches The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
No.
So
I keep hearing about it though.
Oh God, it's such a good show. It's really such a good show. Season 2 aired earlier this year, and like the main Mormon girl on it, Taylor Frankie Paul, really a great girl, but they show these scenes with her family, and I'm like, her mom is really such a hater. Her mom is so jealous that Taylor has something of her own. And I understand it's difficult when it is your mom, and that's the only form of motherly love you know, so you associate it with love. But the way that like her entire family was sitting down essentially calling her a whore when her man cheated on her and she didn't want to take him back, and they were like, you have to give him a chance, just give him a chance, because they just want, you know, her kids to have like a full family. And she's like, but I don't trust him. And everybody was making her feel bad for setting boundaries with this man, which it was the right thing to do. He's toxic. The way her mom made her feel, I was like, who needs enemies when you have a mother like that?
Right.
It's really insane, really insane. Even same thing, same state, Utah, when I was watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If anybody watches Bravo, which is my guilty pleasure, it's my favorite sport. That's my Marvel universe is Bravo. It really is. One day I want to go to BravoCon, I think. But there's this woman, Bronwyn Newport.
Mm-hmm.
They've been showing scenes of her and her mother these past couple episodes. And oh my God, her mom is a villain. Her mom is a villain. Her name is Muzzy. Villain.
Did you see the Netflix documentary called Unknown Number?
No, but I know what it's about. And the fact that that girl still talks to her mom is crazy. Go ahead, explain it.
If you've never seen Unknown Number and you do plan on watching, just kind of click to the next segment because I plan on giving you spoilers. Here we go. It's this girl in high school who is receiving these like hate texts, like telling her to kill herself, that her boyfriend hates her because she won't like suck his dick and da-da-da. It's like a whole thing. And then there's other kids in the high school also receiving texts, including her boyfriend. Turns out it's her fucking mom.
That's fucking insane. I read somewhere that her and her mom like are still have a fine relationship.
Here's the thing. Her mom, what her mom would do is send her these heinous texts and then cuddle her and be like, oh my God, I can't, like, who's hurting my baby? Da, da, da. She's fucked up right now because her mom, while she was the person hurting her, she was also the person healing her. So I think she's like, she doesn't really know where to go. And of course she's got no fucking friends because nobody wants to be her fucking friend because of her mom. She lost her boyfriend because of her mom. So it's like, she's also in this place of like, well, nobody else likes me but my mom. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
So it's a very,
wait,
like,
that's kind of sick. I didn't know all of that.
Yeah, so like,
see, now I have to watch it.
Psychologically, I do get why she's attached to her mom still, but she's also in a place where it seems like she's not really talking to her mom as much anymore. As she gets older, like she's still a teenager, you know?
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is a horrific.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
It's so insane. And then my thing is like, what if your daughter fucking did kill herself? Okay.
Right.
So then
you'd be in jail.
She goes, well, I know my kid. Da, da, da. Here's what I think. I think she wanted the daughter to kill herself because she wanted sympathy for it. And then I think what she would have did was like trauma bond with the boyfriend because I think she was in love with the boyfriend. I think she was in love with this little 12-year-old boy.
Wow.
I do. I think she's a sick fuck.
And they got like the whole town involved.
The whole goddamn town.
That is some of the sickest.
She was helping other people trying to figure out who it was.
That's crazy. That is an.
Yeah.
I want to dig deep into her mother's background and understand why.
Something's there, right?
Why.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Who's the other one? The one who killed her mom?
Oh, Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Rose, yeah. Her mom's a fucking cunt too. Like,
yeah, I never felt bad for that a day in my life.
And they're like, she killed her mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
And should have. What the fuck?
Her mom could have killed her with all the stuff she was doing to her daughter. But the thing that always gets me about that story though is how did it go on for so long, going in and out of doctor's appointments and things like that? That's what blows my mind with the Gypsy Rose Blanchard stuff. Like, didn't she have to be going to like doctor's appointments? She's getting all these procedures.
I have no idea.
How the hell did doctors not be like?
But you know what can happen too, though, that whole like placebo effect.
Yeah,
There's
no,
like where
yeah.
you start to think that you're sick and then you actually get sick.
Oh God, that's horrible.
That's why I find, like, I think it's very smart when celebrities are like, what's her name from The Office? I forgot her name, but she had cancer and she didn't tell anyone. She's been like battling it for like 3 or 4 years. So now that she's healed, she told people. And I do think it's smart because I think when people know that you're sick, sometimes they could make you feel
more sick. Who was that? Pam?
Pam.
Wow.
Pam had cancer.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's,
But then
I mean,
even when Chadwick had cancer, he didn't tell anyone. You know, when Michelle Trachtenberg, she's been sick for years and she also didn't say anything. But people were still making comments about their weight and just being fucking insensitive, which you're currently doing with another pop star. And I really wish you wouldn't put those comments online. Talk about it in your living room like a normal fucking person. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I do think it can make you more sick when people are making you feel more sick.
Oh yeah, because you like manifest it within yourself.
For sure. So I think that's maybe what probably happened with Gypsy Rose.
Probably.
I mean, she
And
does.
you look at pictures of her, she definitely looked sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely looked sick.
She had somebody making her sick. She does need to be in a psych ward though.
Yeah,
There's no-
yeah. I
But
love how she comes out and like, no offense. I mean, Gypsy Rose, she gave us the honey boo boo drama of it all as soon as she got out. She's like, oh, she's with this guy, dating this guy. Now she's got a baby.
I
So
know.
I'm like, come on. So I was going to say, come on, white trash. No, but I love it. I love a good white trash show.
it's giving Trailer Park, and I kind of like that.
I kind of love a good white trash show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's why, what was that show? What was that show with the ducks?
That was like the richest laugh I've
What's that show? What was that show in the South with the ducks, the duck hunter guys?
What?
Okay, I'm wrong.
Who?
No, there was like, there's Honey Boo Boo, right?
Right.
And then there was
Honey Boo Boo is a wild name.
Honey Boo, because she was from Toddlers and Tiaras.
Yes.
Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty, the cartoon?
No, that is not a cartoon. But yeah, it's like, we love a little white trash show.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Okay. We're
New
getting
segment.
Yes, group chat. This is where you maybe comment something or text us something and we reply to it on here. So we did receive a DM.
And if anybody has anything that they want us to talk about, leave it in the DMs, in the comments, mention us, tag us, so that we can chit chat about it here.
Yes. So this DM was about Jennifer Lopez talking about her past relationships, and they wanted us to talk about the notion of just not feeling loved or not loving yourself in relationships,
like how J-Lo didn't feel loved in her relationships,
and also how what she said was that, one, she didn't love herself enough, but also that these men were incapable of loving her because they also didn't love themselves enough. So it was just,
I think the first thing that I feel is so important to put through on this is you cannot recognize the proper way for you to be loved if you yourself do not love yourself properly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to recognize what it is to be in a healthy relationship, to have love that is healthy and is what you deserve. If you yourself do not love your own inner being at that level.
Right.
So how can you recognize it when it comes from another person? And how can you recognize what's wrong? Because sometimes when you're treating yourself, well, not sometimes, all the time, when you're treating yourself in a bad way, when you don't respect yourself, when you don't love yourself, when you're insecure, when you're putting yourself down.
so will everybody else.
That's the only self-love you recognize. So when somebody else does it to you, you associate it with love.
Oh, yeah.
From another point of view.
Oh, yeah. Gina, I used to love an insult. If somebody said to me, "You're pretty," I'd be like, this person's lying. I can't trust them. That's not my real friend, and blah, blah, blah. I loved when men would insult me. and tell me how I wasn't pretty enough and how I wasn't this. I'd be like, this is my soulmate.
What?
Oh yeah, this is my soulmate.
How did you reframe that into?
Because to me, they were the only ones telling me the truth.
Oh, wow.
Because they were telling me what I already thought of myself.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember I was like, I started falling for this guy. He wasn't even like a boyfriend, because I wasn't worthy of being his girlfriend, obviously. Because he told me that I would never be pretty because my eyes are not green.
Because your eyes are not green.
Mm-hmm. He said I would never be pretty
This was in the early 2000s.
with brown eyes. It sure was.
Yeah, that sounds like an early 2000s comment.
I do remember
When everyone used to wear the green contacts, they look like a bunch of little lizards running
everyone
around.
looks like the same thing.
Oh my God.
Like if you weren't
Like,
born with it, it doesn't fit you.
it gives reptile.
For fucking sure.
It gives you shed skin.
About a week, maybe or less after this guy said that to me, I had a photo shoot. I was modeling at the time. And I told the makeup artist, because I was just like sitting there just like defeated. Like, I don't even want makeup on me, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, this guy told me I'll never be pretty because my eyes are brown. And she goes, honey, I've been doing makeup 25 years. And let me tell you a secret. Brown eyes are the best eyes because you could put any color eyeshadow on.
Yes.
And I was like, 15, 16 hearing this. So it was like great to hear, like as she was doing my makeup, but she like changed my perspective of having brown eyes. And so I was like, you're right. I can wear any color eyeshadow I want. But yeah, I started to like him after he said that.
Wow.
And there's funny. And it's funny because men have written plenty of books, and I actually have about 3 or 4 of them here on how to get a girl. And there's several chapters on insulting them.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess it's like women will, yeah, wow. That is really maniacal.
Yeah.
Wow. But it's so interesting that that's beaten into us in a way.
From when we're little kids.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, if he beat you up, he's in love with you.
Right. If he's mean to you, he likes you. That's true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't remember if I told this on here before, but there was a kid when I was in 3rd grade who beat me up. I was down on the floor and he was kicking me in my vagina over and over and over until I was bleeding. And when they called my mom and I had to go to the hospital, they said to my mom, he probably just has a little crush.
Oh, yeah. Has a little crush. And you know what? These types of guys that then are said that, oh, they have a crush on you. That's why they're mean to you. They grow into grown men who then hurt women.
I will tell you this. His mom wasn't playing about it, though. His mom was not like, oh, my son probably. His mom was very like.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. I also think she was over fucking whelmed. She had like these 2 raggedy fucking sons.
Oh.
and then like a little baby girl at home, and she just looked overwhelmed like all the fucking time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I always think I'm like, I've been thinking, would I rather a boy or a girl? And I don't,
girl.
I feel like there's a piece of me that really wants to raise boys. I don't know why.
That's because you're hoping to fix.
That's exactly why. Actually,
You're hoping to fix.
I'm like, I want to change the course of mankind. Let me help.
Oh, God.
I actually know, but my thing is too, is like, I know I'll have a girl. I think I'll have one. I'd be shocked if I had 2. I know I want
always
one.
thought my first kid would be a boy, but everybody is like, your first is a girl. Everyone I know who has kids is like, your first is a girl. And I'm like, I think it's a boy. And they're like, no, it's a girl.
I think about this and I'm like, I don't think I'm worried about having a girl at all.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm not worried about having a boy because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm never gonna be a boy mom.
No.
It's not gonna fucking happen.
Oh my God.
It's not.
Some of these women on the internet are really weird like that.
The lady who married her son?
What?
Oh.
What?
Her 4-year-old wanted to marry her. And instead of like I don't know, explaining to him, like, no, I'm your mommy. She put on a wedding dress, put him in a suit, walked down the aisle. Like, it was an entire thing. Yeah. Not happening. And like, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to like out my family, but I had a cousin who cheated on his girl and his mom was not playing about that shit. Let me just say, his mom, love her down, because I have a lot of other aunts in my family who would have been like, oh honey, men cheat. And my aunt was like, yeah, so I'm gonna need you to dump my son because clearly he's a piece of shit right now.
Right.
That's me. That's
Right.
me.
I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing.
I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm sorry for him. Break up with my son. You could do way better.
Way better.
Also, I'm about to whoop his fucking ass.
Yes. But I think this is, you know, I have somebody in my life right now that I'm going through this with. Somebody in my life right now who I'm going through this with. Where I'm like, you are undeserving of what you have. That and the situation I mentioned before, where I was the girl best friend to somebody, and they were treating a friend of mine like garbage, and then his girlfriend became one of my best friends. And I said to him, I was like, when we were in our like little blowout fight, I said to him, I said, if I didn't know you, I just seeing the way that you treat her, I wouldn't go near you with the 10-foot fucking pole.
Right.
Because I could see the tactics that you're using on her. He used to come at her for her age. Because she's 10 months older than him, he'd be like, you're 30, and I can't trust who you have around you.
What?
Because he would want to isolate her. He's like, yeah, you don't make good decisions when making friends. I'm like, what the heck? I told him, I said, do you understand how psychotic you sound? I said, if I saw any of my friends having their man talk to them the way that you talk to her, I would never have you in my life. I would tell her to leave. So I told her multiple times, I said, you don't need him. And guess what?
Honey.
Now she's in a relationship with a fantastic human being who I adore.
She sure is. We love him.
Who I adore and I love. Yeah, no. But this is what we're saying, guys. You can only understand. You have to grow internally. Yeah. Which is why, like, wait until you find the person to get married to. Don't get married when you're super duper young, unless you figure out who the hell you are. You have to figure out how to love yourself first.
And that's my thing, because as much as I will say to you that yes, wisdom comes with age, etc. Yeah, that's like after 26.
After your frontal lobe, you have to wait until your frontal lobe is formed.
Wait till your frontal lobe is there.
That is it.
Before that, there's no decision you make that's going to be the right one.
Go look at the divorce rates from before age 30. It is striking. It is staggering. It is really insane. It's not the time. I think like it's your time to make mistakes, but not that big of a mistake.
I think for a lot of us, you know, we have parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles who got married at 25. Cool. That was a different time. And that was normal. There was a time where people were having kids as soon as they had their bar mitzvah, okay? They were on top of each other, okay? And if you didn't have a bar mitzvah, I don't know. Do you still become a man? I don't know. But I just, like, we're in a different time where that's not necessary. No. Also, most people can't fucking afford to have a kid anyway.
Right.
Or afford a house. So really...
Right.
You know, just take your time. Take your time.
Figure out who you are first.
That's the biggest thing. Really get some time to know yourself, know what you like, know what you don't like, know what you're willing to tolerate, know what you're willing to compromise on. And when you meet that partner, they have to be able to meet you halfway as much as you are willing to meet them halfway.
Yes.
And that's also with friendships.
Yes.
That's also with friendships.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Because let me tell you something. I see most of my friends maybe 3-4 times per year. 5 max. Really? So, some of them I don't even really talk to that often. But we know if we need each other at 4 a.m., we're there. Right? That's what's most important. But there were situations, i.e. with like Yolanda, an ex-friend, that's her alias, where she would do this thing that would aggravate me, which was she would hit me and be like, oh my God, I haven't seen you. Let's hang out. Like there was a point I stopped asking to like make plans with her because she would always flake on me. Right.
Mhm.
So eventually she was the one hitting me up being like, let's make plans, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, sure. These are the days I have. What days do you have? And she would tell me what days she had, et cetera, et cetera. So then I would basically work my schedule around hers. Plus she had a kid. So she would make plans with me and then she would cancel on me that morning or the night before or whatever, which was so inconvenient. And the thing is, if she did it one time or even 2 times, I probably wouldn't feel away. But she was very consistent. She was consistently doing that. One time, she was supposed to meet me at a restaurant in the Bronx.
No.
And had me sitting there for an hour.
No.
And then text me and said, oh, sorry, something came up with my mom. Hi, I just dropped my mom off to hang out with your mom. So I know you ain't with your mother.
Oh.
You're with your man, which is totally fucking fine. But then tell me that. And then I remember like I brought it up to her and she was like, that was really shitty of me. Like she took accountability. She was like apologetic and whatnot. But the problem is that wasn't the only time. It was like consistently
That's sick,
flaking.
though.
Yeah.
That's sick though.
So that's when it got like aggravating for me. And she tried to make it seem like, oh, like you're just upset because I don't have time. Bitch, I don't have time for you either. I'm making time.
Right.
For you because we're friends.
It's effort.
And that's what we do.
It's effort. Absolutely.
You have been continuously flaking and canceling as if my time means nothing. And that's what pisses me off.
Yes.
Because things come up. Life happens.
Life happens.
Right?
But when it's a little too consistent, it's like,
but it's happening every week?
Right.
Okay.
Ugh.
So both in loving relationships, in work ships, friendships, whatever ship you're on, loving yourself, making yourself a priority. And also this is important with kids too, you know, and we've talked about this because monkey see, monkey do. You know, when kids see you taking care of yourself, they'll want to take care of themselves too.
Right.
Right. But making yourself your first priority is very important in every relationship.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
loving yourself, loving on yourself in whatever ways that means for you.
Yeah.
You know?
And raise your own like vibration
For
where
sure.
it only attracts people that are on the similar wavelength as you.
Mhm.
Shall we move along to nightcap?
Yes.
All right, nightcap. What did you have for nightcap?
Okay.
So nightcap is our segment where we give you something to kind of go off into the week with, an affirmation.
Okay, here's your nightcap.
Okay, welcome to nightcap. Here's
Your nightcap is, and it goes really well with today's A Pillow Talk too. It's the love I seek is already within me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. The love.
And honestly, I think that's with most things. I think that's with most things in life. I think a lot of times we're looking for this external answer or solution, and the answer and the solution is you.
Right.
You are your problem and you are also your solution.
Right. You don't realize that like sometimes the tools you're searching for you already have, you've just don't know how to apply them. All the tools and all the love that you are looking for, you can create and you can use within you before you go searching outward for other people or external sources for that. We're really powerful beings. Like I feel like people forget like how don't allow your surroundings or your predicament to dictate how much power you feel inside, because you could literally just create your own power.
Mm-hmm.
You like every thought that you think and it's a choice. You can choose to be positive. You can choose to love yourself. It's really hard. It's really hard sometimes when you are in a very difficult environment and space, you know, the same way that a flower can't really bloom when it's in a dark closet, you know?
You know what you should do this week? Go on, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or whatever, and watch those videos.
The motivation videos?
No, of what happens when you talk to like rice
Yes.
for a week. when you talk to it nice or when you say mean things, and watch what happens. Because after 1 week, you're saying mean things, it's going to grow mold. But the other rice will still be good. And that's a week. So imagine 20, 30, 40, 50, 80 fucking years of you saying mean things to yourself in your
Right.
body. Your body we're made out of water.
Right. I saw a video of this, of literally a very similar, the same experiment, just with something else. It was a plant in water, and I guess somebody had put headphones on each of the jugs of water.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the headphones was saying, like, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, all these negative things. The other one was saying, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. And the flowers, it literally was like one bloomed, one wilted.
Fucking wow.
And that's like, energy is everything.
For sure.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's be nice to ourselves.
Let's be nice to ourselves this week.
Yeah.
Love yourself
week,
this week.
And every week after that. We love you guys.
We love you
Thank you
guys
so
so
much for
much.
tuning in and for going to bed with us.
Thanks for sleeping with us. Make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe to the Slumber Party on all platforms. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.